in white, that is the couplet that we look for rotation. I've been kind of going through some other different variations of that here with our wind profile and with different kinds of things we can look into the storm, but we're definitely seeing that velocity mode. You can see that right through there. That's where the potential tornado is, where we're seeing that strong rotation as it's moving now into the 141 corridor between Arnold, 21, Highway 21 there in southwestern St. Louis County, and then the Fenton area in St. Louis County. So anywhere in that 141 corridor, and 141 is right in through here along the Merrimack River, it is time to take cover now. But again, reading off some of these cities and communities, Fenton, Sunset Hills, Green Park, Arnold, Oakville, even Barnhart, you're going to get some extreme winds. You're not quite in the tornado warning right now. It is really anywhere, and I'm going to go and do kind of an extreme zoom, anywhere from High Ridge, just past High Ridge, through Murphy. You're getting into the interchange of 141 and 21 if you live within that area. Time to take cover now, because this is the rotation here, and that is definitely moving almost straight east toward that interchange currently, or even the Fenton area, which is just a little bit farther north of this rotation, although we're definitely seeing some extreme winds kind of right in through here now, right on the edge of Murphy along Highway 30. So heading through Murphy toward the Fenton area. Was Old Sugar Creek Road along Highway 30 there, and approaching 141 of Fenton, that also could be producing some damaging winds. Really anything between 65 to 70 mile an hour winds. But when you see this surging, and there's two right now, one here and one here, when you see that surging, there could be actually two areas of rotation within that storm system as it's moving now into southwestern St. Louis County. So tornado warning will continue there. That warning is in effect for a little while longer. I'm just looking at the time stamp here until 6:15, so another half hour for that area to watch for this thunderstorm complex that is moving now through High Ridge. Again, very heavy rain, but rain-wrapped potentially strong rotation within this system as it pushes to the north and east, moving into Metro St. Louis, the southern parts of St. Louis County, Sunset Hills, Oakville, Green Park, Melville, Fenton, yes, we mentioned Fenton, and the Arnold area as this line of thunderstorms is pushing to the east now very quickly. If you live in Arnold currently, now we're just getting kind of an update of the wind profile. Arnold, take cover, and there's a rotating area currently now just past Fenton heading towards Sunset Hills and Sappington, 30 and 270 if you live within that area, and that's southwestern St. Louis County of Sunset Hills, Fenton, and what's the Gulf? Tapawingo is right in through there, right along 30. Now there's some rotation there, kind of on the northern flank of this entire system, heading into St. Louis County there, 30 and a 270. Seeing that rotating area currently. There's a lot of rain happening with this. Potentially there is some hail as well, but we're concerned about these rotating areas that are building along this line, along this leading edge that's now moving into the northern parts of Jefferson County and the southern parts of St. Louis County. I'm kind of focusing on this warning here for South St. Louis and South County, but along this line, anywhere you see this sort of signature on the Doppler radar. There are some extreme winds along this through Jefferson County and extending in through St. Louis County that are going to bring damaging winds into these areas here pretty quickly. Going to zoom out, reset our scene here because we continue along with strong thunderstorms and damaging winds there. Now with the new tornado warning along in the Metro East currently. I'm trying to read a text here at the same time. New warning for the metro area. Yes, I'm going to zoom into that right now. For St. Louis City, the northern parts of St. Louis City and the southwestern parts of Madison County, that does include Granite City. Let me get into the rotation here. Yes, we can definitely see the rotation of that part of the system. It's really anywhere along this line now that's heading into downtown St. Louis, but specifically now for Granite City, for Pontoon Beach. Right along there, you see the lake area there along Pontoon Beach, right along Granite City, McKinley Bridge, and then just to the north of there, South Roxana, Pontoon Beach. That is the tornado, a new tornado warning that has just been issued for a rotation now that's pushing in toward Granite City. That rotation and that warning, as it works off to the north and east, will also include, and I'll read off some names here while you're looking at this, Granite City, Pontoon Beach, Mitchell, Glen Carbon, Maryville, Edwardsville. You're in a tornado warning right now, with some very strong rotation happening that's just moved across the Mississippi River, is about to move across the Mississippi River into Granite City. We're seeing that strong rotation in St. Louis City, downtown, some strong winds, I should say, into St. Louis City currently.
These two tornado warnings up to the north. We have possible tornado damage reported by law enforcement near Girard from the tornado earlier today up here, and that's in northeastern Macoupin County. And then right now we have a couple of active tornado warnings. In particular, the one that has me concerned is this one in Illinois between Shipman and Chesterfield. Shipman and Chesterfield in Illinois, that is moving to the east. You can kind of see the curl here on that cell, the wraparound, the rear inflow notch there, and then the front inflow notch there. The tornado would be somewhere between Chesterfield and Shipman, and that tornado warning is in effect in that area for another 8 minutes. It's radar indicated and likely to going to continue on to the east. So folks from Litchfield to Gillespie and Carlinville are going to be in the path of that storm, and a new warning may be coming for that cell momentarily as well. Further north, you have tornado warnings from Standard City to Wagner to Zanesville. That's northern Macoupin into northern Montgomery County. This is Interstate 55, right in that area here. The possible tornado is going to be right on top of or very near Standard City, moving on to the east towards Interstate 55. So folks from Farmersville to Wagnerville, Zanesville, Raymond, all in the path of that possible tornado up to the north, northern Macoupin, northern Montgomery County. Those are the two warnings that we have in effect for severe or for tornadoes to the north of the Metro St. Louis area within the broader severe weather threat approaching Interstate 55. But we've got all of those big warnings in effect right now, tornado warnings for almost all of Metro East. As I take a look at, we're going to be, let's go ahead and go to our camera. We're about ready to swing eastbound on 270 at 170, and we're going to zoom off to the east and try and catch up with this. It's been difficult because these storms are moving at a pretty rapid clip, and they are getting more organized, and they are moving into an environment which we've said all along is more favorable for severe thunderstorms, rotating storms, and damaging straight-line winds with embedded tornadoes. With the higher humidity out to the east and the higher shear values, if you will, changing wind speed and direction from the ground up through the cloud. And that's why these warnings are in effect looking off to the east. That's the very latest that I've got for you right now here from the Woods Basement System Storm Hunter. Glenn, as we get some more information, if we hear any more damage with those storms up in Illinois, we'll bring that to you as well. Back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, thanks, Chris, and thanks for that update here on the Doppler radar. I've zoomed close into Metro St. Louis, and you can see these red areas and the purple outline as well. Those are all tornado warnings now. Madison County, St. Clair County, parts of southern St. Louis City, and southern St. Louis County. The warning for Jefferson County continues at the moment, but this line of strong thunderstorms is now moving in through downtown currently and moving into the Metro East. I just wanted to show you that area and that zone and really the entire front that's working across the area. Chris was noting Macoupin County and into Montgomery County, the tornado warnings that are up near Litchfield and Staunton, and then the line extends all the way down into Madison County, St. Clair County, Monroe, and the line also warned from southern Jefferson County all the way back to Steelville, Salem, and Viburnum. So those are all the current warnings right now. But when we zoom into Metro St. Louis and we turn on this wind profile mode to give you an idea of the strong winds that are happening right now, this is extreme. These are tornadoes potentially now just past Granite City, kind of right along Route 111 near 55 in Metro St. Louis, in the Metro East. That is rotation. Really, any one of these notches right here and right here, those could be producing tornadoes at any moment. So obviously, Glen Carbon, Edwardsville, Collinsville, it is time to take cover now as the storms. And there are some pretty extreme winds, if not tornadoes, along this line. The line extends down into the southern parts or the western parts of St. Clair County. St. Clair County, there is a tornado warning currently in effect, and that line extends along 255, little farther south into South St. Louis County. These are also extreme winds now that are lining up from Limay, from Melville, all the way down through Arnold along that telegraph corridor. These could be 60 to 70 mile an hour winds. Now the tornado warnings, and there could be some small spin-up tornadoes along that southern flank and along that line, and we'll watch that very carefully as that pushes toward Columbia, Millstadt, and Belleville. But anywhere along that line, and again, I'll draw the line here for you to just kind of narrow things down just a bit. Right along the Mississippi River into the Metro East now, just past downtown St. Louis. There are strong thunderstorms with damaging winds and potential tornadoes. In fact, I'm looking at that FanDuel racetrack view, and if we could bring that up full screen, there is some real well-defined clouds now rolling into the Collinsville and Edwardsville area. It's really kind of hard to see on our vantage point here with that camera view, but there definitely looks like there could be some rotation happening from cloud to ground within that view. Mike, you're shaking your head?
Yes, we have a big power outage jump in Jefferson County from 348 at 5:38 to 4,745 here just before the top of the hour at 6 o'clock.
So damaging winds are causing lots of problems. If not a tornado, the winds have been estimated between 65 and 70 miles an hour as they continue to push through Metro St. Louis and move now into the Metro East. I know that is a map that's got a lot of information on it right now. Let me take sort of everything off currently just to show you the Doppler radar. And that is the view for Metro St. Louis right now. Thunderstorms are building through the St. Louis area that have damaging winds and potential tornadoes. We're getting a lot of reports of hail along with the wind threats and the rotation reports that we're getting along this line. But the predominant threat will be damaging winds along with the potential for rotating clouds. Now, I'll take the Doppler radar off to show you the scenario right now with how the tornado warnings are lining up. Really anywhere along that line. So from Staunton farther north of that, actually, from the northern parts of Macoupin County and Montgomery County in Illinois, Litchfield, Staunton, Highland, O'Fallon, tornado warnings, St. Louis, East St. Louis, and then all the way down to Belleville, Columbia, Illinois, all within a tornado-warned area. Several cells along that line are reporting rotation, and then along that line farther south into the southern parts of Jefferson County and the entirety of the line into Washington County. The strong thunderstorms continue to extend to the south and southwest. Now I'm going to turn the Doppler radar back on and put it in our velocity mode, and we're seeing several points of interest here, areas of rotation. Near Bethalto, 159 and 140. That just to the north and east of Bethalto, potential rotation there. Rolling down 159 into Edwardsville, between Edwardsville and South Roxana. There appears to be rotation there. Edwardsville, you need to take cover now because rotating clouds and potential tornadoes are along that line. Glen Carbon, if you're not already in the basement, you need to be there now. Jarvis, Marine, Hamel, all areas of concern here, looking at the line of thunderstorms as it's producing the damaging winds currently from Glen Carbon to Collinsville and then into Washington Park. There's a little indentation right now also that showing Cahokia Heights, potential rotation there. And if it's not a tornado, it's extreme winds that are rolling currently into Columbia, into Millstadt, and into Belleville. Time to take cover there right now as well. Back to our standard view and a Doppler radar view that shows this line of thunderstorms that is working through Metro St. Louis continues to produce rotation, wall clouds, and funnel clouds that eventually could rotate into tornadoes and several areas of interest to watch. We're getting many reports of power outages, and we're kind of keeping an eye out for damage reports as well. But at the moment, not getting a whole lot of damage. John, are you seeing any damage reports from your vantage point?
Macoupin County, that was from a confirmed tornado officials reporting some damage up that way in Macoupin County, Girard, Illinois.
Yeah, we actually had some ground truth there. We had pictures coming in from the National Weather Service, our link through the National Weather Service for not broadcast, but just to confirm that there was a tornado on the ground there.
Jefferson County near High Ridge on the correlation coefficient where you look for storm damage. I had a brief moment where it could have been lofted debris in the air briefly around High Ridge, and that's where that tornado warning was in effect about a half hour ago.
All right, we continue with Fox 2 News, and I believe now we are pausing for Fox 2 News at 6 to start. Jordan Williams is here in the studio joining us as we continue our severe weather and tornado coverage in St. Louis.
Yes, thank you for joining us for Fox 2 News at 6, and we want to head right back over to Chief Meteorologist Glenn Zimmerman to continue our team coverage of this severe weather.
And Jordan, I'll ask you to monitor the Ameren website for power outages because we've had many reports through Jefferson County of power outages, especially in the High Ridge area. And as these thunderstorms continue to march to the east, they're inspiring rotation all along that line that potentially is producing tornadic cells across the metro east of Metro St. Louis. We're going to continue to follow this as this line moves east. So I know it's difficult to see all of the warnings right now, but let me show you the current scenario and what's going on. This line of thunderstorms has rolled into Metro St. Louis and has expanded greatly in a favorable environment for thunderstorm development. The development for storms has really expanded now into the Metro East, where that environment has been untapped, and now we're starting to see the tornado spins inspire tornado warnings through the Metro East. So that line continues an eastward push. One of the things that we watch are the wind profiles, and really anywhere along this, and I know we have this in motion right now. Let me stop this and show you, and I'll circle the areas of concern through Madison County. Here's a concern, here's a concern, here's a concern, here's a concern. These are all notches that are showing up on the Doppler radar that give us that indication that there is some surging to this line and potential tornadic activity along that entire line. So Madison, St. Clair, and Monroe County currently starting to see the rotating winds head into the Metro East along that line of thunderstorms as it's pushing through the Metro East. Now I'm going to turn the warnings on and the Doppler radar off just for a second to show you all the warnings. So again, Madison, St. Clair, Monroe, all the way up into Macoupin and Montgomery County. Those are all in red tornado warnings. In purple, potentially strong tornado now that's moving towards Staunton and Warden, and that radar confirmed tornado with flying debris apparently moving here in the next few minutes towards Staunton, Worden, and Livingston in Illinois along 55, along between the exits of 33 and 41. That will continue to move to the north and east. Through Madison County, you see the warned areas that include now Edwardsville and Collinsville. Highland, you're in a strong thunderstorm. We're getting into that warned area where there could be rotation and damaging winds. Fairview Heights, Scott Air Force Base, Belleville, and Columbia. Those are all the warnings we have currently around Metro St. Louis and points to the east and to the northeast. So you see all the warnings. Now when I take those warnings off, or at least add in the Doppler radar view, those are strong thunderstorms that continue in through the Metro East and will continue an eastward push from Litchfield through Metro East St. Louis and then down toward Park Hills, Sullivan, and into Washington County and Iron County. So our Doppler radar is really getting a workout here this afternoon with these strong thunderstorms as they work across the Metro East. I'm going to walk you down the line here and show you how these storms are affecting each of these communities from north to south. Litchfield, tornado warning, time to take cover right now. Staunton, tornado warning. There's quite a bit of rotation happening right now just to the southwest of Staunton, between Staunton and Hamel. So where Illinois 4, Route 4 intersects with 55 north and south, very strong rotation happening right now there. There may be, and there is. You can see this is what we call our correlation coefficient, and we're looking at that area right there. There's definitely some debris getting lofted right there. That's where that strong rotation is happening right now, just southwest of Staunton. In Staunton, time to take cover. John Fuller, you have some storm reports, I believe?
Yes, I do. And one of those being thunderstorm wind damage, that was 1 mile northwest of Melville. Power lines down at I-55 and Lindbergh. That's one report. And you'll also notice that we had reports of damage up in Macoupin County. That's in Girard, where we had a confirmed tornado with eyeballs on it. Turn signal blown down in the Melville area is one report that came in, and that was about a half hour ago. St. John in St. Louis County, ponding of water 2 to 3 inches deep along Woodson Road between St. Charles Rock Road and Midland Boulevard. Another report, Woodson Terrace. Hail report, 1 inch size hail, that'll dent your car. That's why we use 1 inch as the criteria for a severe thunderstorm. And that's been confirmed in Woodson Terrace, 1 inch size hail. And another report of 1 inch hail in Greene County, Illinois, in the Rood House area up to the north once again. And a lot of the focus of the tornado touchdowns have been up that way in our far northeastern counties from Macoupin down through Metro East. Greene County, Whitehall, 1 inch size hail, and then another report coming in from Rood House of 1 inch hail. Silex, 1 inch size hail. So a lot of the reports are hail reports, But you also heard of the storm damage reports to power lines, and that's why we're seeing a significant increase in power lines. If we can go to max 11, and Glenn, when you want to take it back, let me know.
Let me just talk about this tornado warning. The St. Clair County is now reactivating these warning sirens. There is a confirmed tornado just east of Cahokia Heights heading toward Signal Hill. Wall cloud spotted there, and a confirmed tornado on the ground where in its path there are multiple trees, wires down in the Dupo and the East Carondelet area, but now the tornado sirens are being reactivated in St. Clair County. I'm just getting word from St. Clair County Emergency Management that the confirmed tornado is now inspiring the reactivated sirens in St. Clair County. And this is the zone to watch in here. And it's really right along between Columbia, Millstadt, Belleville, Centerville. This is an area of rotation here. Let me see if there's any uplifted debris. It looks like there could be, although it does look a little frayed at this point. At least damaging winds right now in the Metro East between Washington Park, between Caseyville, Edwardsville, Collinsville area, and now a little farther south along that 255 corridor, Cahokia Heights, Centerville, Fairview Heights, Signal Hill. I think Signal Hill is right along more of a neighborhood than a actual city, but anywhere along this 55 corridor, from Centerville, Cahokia Heights to Fairview Heights to Caseyville to Collinsville. This whole zone right in through here is the area that now is inspiring the reactivation of the sirens in St. Clair County, and apparently a confirmed tornado on the ground in St. Clair County. A large tornado warning area that's covering several individual warnings is now going to be coming out here very soon from the National Weather Service along this whole line that extends now from Edwardsville, even farther north, Hamel, Staunton, where there is a very strong rotation right here, just southwest of Hamel. Edwardsville, strong rotation. Let's go down this line. And again, we're using the wind profiler here to point out some of these surges in this line of wind. Edwardsville, Collinsville, Hamel, you're kind of right on the edge of it too. And walking down the line here as we get into St. Clair County, where there's a confirmed tornado, and I'm trying to kind of pick that out. It's really difficult to see here on our Doppler radar view. Somewhere between Centerville, Sauget, Caseyville, Fairview Heights, there is a very strong rotation within this area and a confirmed tornado in that zone. I think it's right in through here, it appears, where we're starting to see a little more definition in that rotation. But really, right along Route 13, just near Belleville, there's rotation currently happening right there. And anywhere along this line, south of Belleville, Millstadt, you could be seeing some strong rotation there as well. There may be, just did not confirm that, but there may be some extreme winds happening in that area. Now, there's going to be a new warning coming out, and you'll hear that siren behind me. What the National Weather Service is doing is kind of taking all of the warnings right now along this line, and let me zoom back out here to show you and reset the scene. Weather Service is taking all of those warnings along that line and congealing them into one long, essentially, tornado warning. Let me take the radar off, and you can see all the counties that are involved here now along that line, but they do now include most of Madison County, St. Clair County, parts of Monroe County, but now extending east into Washington, Clinton, Bond County in Illinois, and then farther north, Macoupin County and Montgomery County in Illinois. All tornado warnings now for this line of thunderstorms that is sweeping east through Metro St. Louis and will continue that eastward push through our Metro eastward counties. Jordan Williams is here in the studio with us. And Jordan, you said you had some information to add to the scenario here?
Yeah, previous check just before our 6 o'clock hour, we had 6,600 customers in our Fox 2 viewing area reporting outages now, most recently with the Ameren outage map updating at 6:08. we've doubled that number. We're now up to 14,500 customers without power. That's 7,000 in Jefferson County, 5,900 in St. Louis County, 500 in St. Louis City County, and 500 in Franklin County. Of course, we'll continue to monitor this as the Ameren outage map continues to update. Glenn?
Okay, thank you. Getting a report here from our National Weather Service partners. Significant damage in Jefferson County near Twin Rivers in Jefferson County. Doesn't say anything specific. It just says significant damage. That's the line. And again, they're also reactivating the sirens in St. Clair County due to the extension of the tornado warning. Madison County, Illinois, several poles reported down in the county there. And John Fuller, you've got a view, don't you? Do you have a
we have dialed up Belleville and Waterloo, and on Max 11, the view has the back edge of that tornadic cell that's moving across Monroe and into St. Clair County. And we'll back this up just a little bit. This is Waterloo, Illinois, and you can see the water tower there. That's a familiar sight. And we'll time-lapse this for the last 2 to 3 hours, and this is ahead of that particular cell. And these are rain-wrapped and moving fairly quickly, and when they're rain-wrapped, they get camouflaged in heavy rain, the actual vortex that would touch down. So we'll keep an eye on this particular time-lapse and web camera view that shows the possibility of a tornado that may be touching down right now. There is a tornado warning in place, but that's a view, and we can go a little farther to the south, and there's the Waterloo, Illinois camera, and it looks as though we're on the back side of that tornadic cell. Glenn?
All right, let's also check in with our extreme weather specialist, Chris Higgins, who is now in the Metro East. And Chris, can you give us some information on where you are and what you're seeing?
Yeah, Glenn, we're coming in behind the storm. We're making our way east on 270, not too far to the west of let's say the Edwardsville area, and also to the southwest of Glen Carbon. As we make our way to the east right now, you can see we're seeing the back edge of the storm, pretty typical of what you'd expect. A lot of lightning in the distance right now. We've had numerous reports of possible tornado touchdowns. Just a little while ago, we had very, very well-defined tornado debris signature northeast of the Troy, northeast of Edwardsville, up towards Warden and Hamlin, Illinois, and up towards Livingston in Illinois. In fact, radar still indicating a very strong rotation crossing Interstate 55 up in that direction right now, with a possible tornado on the ground with debris being lofted near the Livingston, Illinois area. So we're monitoring for actual damage reports over here, also watching over towards Marine in Illinois, not too far ahead of where we are right now. So as I bring the camera back here to the right, looking straight ahead of us, we're coming up on the 270 Illinois 203 interchange up here. Again, we're on the back side of the storm, but I'm going to bring you back to our radar here, and really easy to see where these rotations are. There's one up here near Livingston. There's a really strong one near Marine, and then there's that other one down to the south between Caseyville, O'Fallon, and west of Shiloh. But again, we had tornadic debris associated with this storm near Warden in Illinois just a little while ago. I'm going to go ahead and bring that tornado debris scan back up out here in the car so we can see if we're still getting any of that. But it was a very, very well-defined area of debris. Let me loop this back, and there it is right up in here. You can kind of see it float through there. Looks like it has diminished somewhat, but that storm's still capable of a tornado, multiple tornadoes as it moves east towards Bond County and Macoupin County to the south of Mount Olive. Glenn?
So yeah, this line is still very active, and I think, Chris, while you're looking at the view from your in-car Doppler radar, I was looking at the same thing, this rotation right now that continues to spin near Staunton. It looks like it's just crossed over 55. This may have some significant damage with it for sure with this. I'm not specifically seeing any lofted debris at the moment, but that is a spin, a rotation between Staunton and Hamel along 55, or just past 55 going west to east, where there could be some significant damage. That is a large-scale rotation. We'll, again, wait for some more ground confirmation and that ground truth as we work ahead. But it's anywhere along this line. And again, I'm staying in this wind profiler mode because it's not difficult to see. Rotation here, little rotation here, notching of the thunderstorms that continue to build from west to east through Madison County, past Edwardsville currently, but continues an eastward push toward Highland. Along 70, again, there's some rotation in Marine toward Old Ripley, Alhambra, and then points to the north and east of that, Greenville. You should be really monitoring and taking cover as these storms are pushing past St. Jacob toward Highland, Illinois, and then down into O'Fallon. Look at the rotation now happening within right in here. We've got rotation Fairview Heights, O'Fallon near Scott Air Force Base, real well defined, maybe some debris being lifted aloft there. We'll see about that. We'll see how that's the classic Doppler radar view. Obviously, there's a ton of rain with that, but we're going to keep it in sort of a wind profile or scenario here so we can pick out all of these notches that are inspiring the tornado warnings and give us an indication that there is quite a bit of rotation along this entire line. Walk it up from Maystown, Valmeyer, Waterloo, and then along with the gusty winds through Belleville. Potential rotation right now between Fairview Heights and O'Fallon, Collinsville, Jarvis, St. Jacob, Glen Carbon. I think you're probably through most of it, but Marine and Edwardsville, Hamel and Alhambra, several notches, and especially now just to the southeast currently